Hello everyone, welcome in. I'm Taffany and this is Tika's Gardens, and I am going to be doing a little planting today again in the courtyard garden. As I have said before, I really want to get most of this area done so that it can actually be enjoyed for the whole season. I have waited so long to plant in this area and I'm so excited about it. So we started with doing an oregano hedge. Well, actually we started by planting spinach, and then we did the oregano hedge about a week ago. Then we've done the center circle, and it does need to be finished, so I'm going to add some Torrenia in there. I have to get another white salvia, and I think I want to replace the pink angelonia with something yellow so that all the color back here is yellow and white. I'm really excited about seeing the final product. Once I get all the planting done, then I will add mulch. But this is the Torrenia that I'm using, called Summer Wave Bouquet White. And it has like this little yellow center to it. It is basically like the Torrenia that I tried to grow from seed, where the majority of my seedlings failed. So, you know, that was a bust. But I do have a lot of seedlings that, are in the garden, plants that reseeded themselves. So that has helped me to be able to do other plantings around the garden without having to purchase things, which I will show you in an upcoming video. But today we are going to get this part of the garden planted, and I just love this Torrenia. It's a trailing Torrenia, so I think it's going to be really beautiful as it flows over the edges of the circle bed slightly. Once we get all that done, we get some mulch down, then I think we have to start trying to decide what's going to go in the center. Is it going to be a large urn or a statue? I know many people say that it should be a water feature, but I don't really want the maintenance of a water feature. And back here it's already pretty moist back here, so I think I'm going to stick with a nice large beautiful planting urn or some kind of large garden statue. I think it'll be pretty. And then maybe a couple of chairs, like a bistro table with a couple chairs, in the back portion there, so you can sit and just enjoy the view. But that is what I'm going to be doing today. I think I'm also going to get a little planting done in the vegetable garden. So let's get all of this done and I'll show you what it looks like once I'm finished. right, guys, I am going to replace a few of these oregano here. I think one will probably revitalize, but I have one for sure that is gone in a second that I'm not so sure about. This one I thought was gone, but as you can see, it's rejuvenating itself with new leaves down there at the bottom. I have transplanted this oregano and divided it, many times. So I very rarely have had any that didn't make it, but we divided that one big one into so many smaller pieces. It's bound to happen that some, one or two are not going to make it. So I'm just going to replace some of those. As you look at these back here, for the most part, these are looking pretty good. They're smaller in size than those up there. But really, this is the only part where I think I'm going to need to replace. So I bought 3 new oreganos, and so I'm just going to get those into the ground, and then we'll move on to our next garden task. All right, guys. Well, I have replaced the 3 oregano, and I think that this hedge is going to look beautiful once it's filled in. We'll keep our eye out on any others that don't, look like it may not be doing good, and we'll replace it if need be. But the centerpiece of this garden, the circle bed, has 4 Torrenia in it. And it is a trailing Torrenia, so it spreads up to 20 inches. So between the growth of the sage that is there and the Torrenia, the outer part should fill in. So the only thing is where I've just pointed out, and that is that I need to get more white salvia. And I'm thinking of putting one on each side of that blue point juniper, and then this little planting section is larger, so I would probably need 2 on each side to make it, really look filled in. And these are some of the seedlings I transplanted. Those are zinnia seedlings that replanted themselves from last year. That's one right there, and they are yellow, and that is one. So they will grow out with nice pretty yellow flowers, so I think the white salvia standing up behind it would look nice. Here is another location that I put a couple of those zinnia seedlings right there in that oregano mixture, right here at the walkway end here on that side, and one on the other side right there. And I do have some in the front garden, in other places in the back garden as well. So they have come in handy. But overall, this is a look at how the courtyard garden is progressing. The biggest change that will be back here is when we get the garage siding redone, but one step at a time. Now let's head into the vegetable garden. I'll show you what I did back there. I started cleaning out that large bed in the back, and then I also want to get some seeds planted, specifically some spinach. This is a variety of spinach that is very adapted to growing in warm, hot climates. So I'm hoping that it will do well for me, but let me show you the back garden first. When I say the back garden, I mean that large back bed, and then we'll get the spinach in the ground. So as you can see from this back bed, these rows here have not been done, but you can see there's a lot of weeds in between there. That's how this whole bed was looking, as I showed you in one of my latest videos. I did the other side and I added garden soil in between the rows. I got the spaces in between and in the front and in the back cleaned up real good. I have to get another bag of garden soil to finish it, but that is what it's looking like. So much better. So here I'm just re-loosening up the soils before I put the seeds in, because it's been a couple weeks and soil gets a little compacted. So I just want to loosen it up. It's already been treated with bone meal and plant tone, so I don't have to do that. We're just going to refresh it and then we'll get the seeds in. And I believe, guys, that will be the last thing I get done for today. But there is always so much to do. So we have a long way still to go to get the garden completely done for the season. But I'm loving the direction it's going in. And I just think everything looks so pretty. And I like some of the ideas and things that you guys give to me in the comments section. I try to read everyone's comments and take to heart, the suggestions and ideas that I get. Some things I can implement, some things I can't because it won't work for my climate and situation. But I love all of it nonetheless. And I love hearing about what you guys are doing in your gardens as well. So keep writing, keep sharing with me and giving me ideas. All right, guys, well, I am pretty much done here with all of the seeds. So Tika and I are going to enjoy the rest of our day, and I hope you do as well. Get into your garden or whatever your favorite hobby is and just get out and make some memories. But in the meantime, I will see you in the next video. Bye!